All right. Let's do it. Up, and my landlord was turning his lights off outside and saw that. So that's why I should keep these closed. America. America. Oh, jackpot. What am I doing just having a dime in my pocket? I don't even use physical money. Where did I get this? Just from a mystic old hobo who flicked it at me and said, keep this on your person or you'll die. Oh, why would a homeless person throw money back at me? I feel like if you try to give a homeless person like a penny, he'd be like, no. That's good fodder to keep like wild animal away. He should keep those pennies, and then if like a coyote tries to get him, he'd be like, ah! You hit him right in the fucking forehead with a penny, they're not gonna fucking bother you anymore. Speaking of which, I have been trying to keep a cat out of my backyard. Let me take you through the whole time before we even get into the show. Every night, I go out. I have an outdoor light display. I'm a man who loves his string lights. If I were to turn one of these cameras around, like this one, you'll see string lights outside my windows. They're for ambiance and to like do. They're mostly to like camouflage my windows. So if anyone ever looks in my house, it's like when you try to shoot a heat-seeking missile at like a jet fighter, they shoot out flares. It's like flares from my window, so nobody can actually see in my house because it's brighter outside than inside. So I walk around naked with the windows open and stuff. I don't know if that works, but no one's called the police yet. So that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is every night I go out there to try to turn my lights off. Why haven't I gotten a Wi-Fi plug? I have one. It's in my closet. Haven't set it up. But I go outside to flick the lights off. And I have to go in my backyard. It's not my backyard. It's a side yard at best. And then there's like a little closet. And almost every night, I'm spooked. I'm going to say taken advantage of by a neighborhood stray cat who sits on my fence and must be like old and blind because he lets me get right here. And he goes, ah! And then he fucking runs. He falls off the fence sometimes. He runs away. He goes through a little hole in the fence, which I should probably fix. And it scares the shit out of me every night. And it fucking pisses me off to the point where I have, and I'm not proud of this, but and I'll tell you why. Well, it got to the point where I got a call from my landlord the other week and said, we have fleas in our house. And they came from the yard, apparently, because the gardener was complaining about them or whatever. And they're like, they was covered in fleas. Now they're in my house. Are they in your house? I don't have any fleas. Luckily, I got a lot of other creepy crawlies on my body, but not fleas. They were like, do you have a dog in that house? I'm like, no. All I can think of is there's a fucking dirty cat that hangs out on the fence, and I have just been shooting it with the hose because I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to tell. I yell at the cat. I scream at the cat. I turn the lights on and I flash a flashlight at him, but he keeps coming back. Is that animal abuse? It's a stray cat. It's not like somebody's cat. And I take the hose gun and I get him, and he goes, "Rah!" and he goes away. And he goes away for like 3 days at a time. But he keeps coming back, and and it's not fun to shoot him with the hose anymore. And I don't know what to do. So do I like lay little booby traps like Home Alone? So when he goes to fucking, or maybe I keep a talk boy out there and a little marionette. So when he goes there, he trips the little thing and the arms go up and down and the talk boy plays a thing. Get out of here, filthy animal. But he is literally a filthy animal and he doesn't understand English. So that's not even a good plan. And I'm at the end of my fucking rope and I'm tired of him. So if anyone knows anything about cats, let me know. What was this about? I'm drinking kombucha to keep up the appearance of me being a horrific soy male. And that's just what I have to do. What was I eating before this? Oh, just some tofu and ass. Just kidding. DJ Khaled for life. I don't put my mouth on nothing down there except my own dick. I needed to get surgery for that. It's very small. State of the garbage. What are we going to talk about that's not me? I might edit that out. I don't know if it's a likable quality that I spritz a cat with a hose most nights. and that also sounds sexual inherently, but I will warn you it's not. There's a lot of things to talk about. Inherently, you're looking at the frame and you're like, things look a little different back there if you are an astute viewer. And you're goddamn right they're different. We did so much work. In fact, 11 or 12 hours worth of work this week. Well, that's because Nick needed to get up early, but now it's actually good that he did it. So he was here at 11:30, and we have overhauled physically, not the show at all. That's too hard. But we have overhauled the studio 1,000%. Not 1,000%. It's still in my house. Like a solid 45. And shit's different. We spent what little. So at the end of 4 months, we had a couple $100 to spend. Because I projected it out, or no, I didn't do that. Joey did, and he was like, "We could probably do this and be fine to pay people for a little bit." So we scrapped our cash together, and I pitched in a little bit, but we got some new shit in the studio, and that's very exciting. We fixed a lot of shit that that was free, honestly, but Nick was busy with other stuff. I mean, it wasn't Nick's fault. That's my fault for not figuring it out. But he did ultimately figure it out. The mixer is fixed. Every time we were to play an audio clip, it would sound like garbage. And if I cared, I would put a link to whatever that sounded like from one of our old shows in the clip. But again, that's hard. So if you watch the show, then you'll remember if we ever played anything off this computer and into the mixer that wasn't off my laptop, sometimes, like the intro, would sound like fucking garbage. It would like totally bit crush, and it would sound like an old Daft Punk song, and it would be really loud. And we thought the mixer was broken. We have a new sound card over there that we get to return, thank God, because there was just a driver error with this. We fixed it. So finally we can use this computer to play audio clips and not have people be like, it's too loud. And apparently you guys sound like that cat. So we fixed that. That cost no money. And then we fixed another problem, which was the audio. And not completely, because we're not zillionaires. But we got these new, guys, this is so exciting. Lavalier microphones. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, aren't those expensive? Yes, they are. And that's why we only have 2 of them right now. And they are Shure, which means they're very nice. We used Shure at the old studio, but they are the baby versions. These are like $500. We get 2 mics and the receiver and some lavs, and it'll work. And this is to fix the fact that I am so much louder than everybody else, and I get picked up in everyone else's mic. And if there's too many mics near me at the desk, then I talk into their mics, and there's so much room tone. And then Coral, because Coral is too quiet, so we have to turn her mic up. And unfortunately, these AT2020s are kind of, we can't use, we have a compressor limiter gate in the cabinet we can't use because these mics don't work with them. And if they do, please tell me, because that was just what I was told. So we got new lavs, which is awesome, because now that we can have movements and fucking activities, and I can go over here and it won't do this thing that this mic does, which is go away. So I can be dynamic. I can fucking chop shit and get to the nitty gritty. I was looking at the wrong camera. The nitty gritty of what I need to talk about without having to worry about talking into a mic, and we can boost Coral's audio up without getting the air conditioning noise and stuff. So that's great. That was the most expensive thing, which is why I'm also excited about having people like that we did it. So, God, now I know what it felt like to be an Eve, just looking at money and being like, wow, look at this little money we have, and then being like, we need this, and then it floats away into the distance. I look at my wallet, and it goes, oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel too good, and then my fucking Spider-Man money, yeah, that's a spoiler, flies out of my fucking thing. He's in another movie. It's fine. So we did lavs, which is great. They were so annoying to set up. We also did a little rearrange, which I'm also very excited about. So I'm going to do a little tease. You're going to see on the show today. This is not what the lighting is going to look like. This is not where things are going to be. But just to show you that there's different camera angles. There's new things. If I were to take this camera, what's that over there? We got 2 mic arms in my kitchen and 2 little tripods that we're going to put cameras on. And I just realized if you look at this camera, you can see the weird glory hole that's in my that's where the cyber garbage side used to be. There is like a dick height glory hole in my wall that I don't know how it got there, and Lord, do I know how I'm gonna fix it. Maybe we'll just put little snacks in there. I'll fill it with fucking Skittles and Cheez-Its, and you can just suck in the hole and get a salty surprise in the form of cheese. And but things be different. We really simplified all the camera and lights. I know, again, I can't do it justice, but there's like room, and look how tall that desk is. Ooh, there's so many little secrets. You're gonna find out what's happening on today's show, and I'm so excited. But there's like room, and there's not too many cords and cables, and I somehow still have my giant TV I'm never gonna use again there, and everything is really exciting. And this isn't like optimistic positivity. This is like I can look at everything we did over the weekend and be like, this is good positivity. We fixed so many things. I don't have to walk in here and be like, what is going to break? And listen, selfishly, this new setup also allows me to have my computer back, because this is now, the desk I'm sitting at is the control deck, and it's got a bunch of fucking keyboards and monitors and mixers and shit. And I was not able to play my games really because this was all tied up. But this allows me to not only see chat on a new monitor that I can see, but also I can use my computer again because my computer's over there running chat and all that other stuff, and it's good. Like, we spent the little spending money we had and fixed some shit, and that's what you do with a real company. And we did it, and we got a pizza. And that feels like something you do when you're a startup. It was an expensive pizza. It wasn't Little Caesars. Which, hey, and as part of the startups I've been in, we always got Little Caesars. We sprung for Alitos, and it was like $20. And honestly, we shouldn't have done that. Little Caesars, we could have got way more pizza for that. But I also just went to Target, and I spent some money irresponsibly on other things that I thought would be good. So I got some little lights that we could put on the set, and they just spell out my favorite thing to do: RAFT. And what these things do is you put batteries in them, and they light up. And wow, that's very bright. We're gonna have to figure that out to put them on the set because our set's very dark. But yeah, just my favorite thing: rafting. Just kidding. It spells fart. I got fart letters because they were $5 each. If it keeps on giving, because I did not think how I was going to buy them. And luckily, this Target had a self-checkout. And I was able to do it myself. And when I was done, I was like, oh, cool. I didn't have to interact with any guys who were going to judge me for buying fart. And then a guy came over, and he's like, hey, sir, can I interest you in a bag? And then he helped, because in California, you got to buy the bags. And he was like, hey, are you going to buy any bags today? And I was like, yeah. And then I saw him look down. Now, I will also say it's not the only thing I bought. I also, and again, I want to make this clear that this was my money and not company money. But I bought Roblox blind boxes. Because they were on clearance for $1. $1. And you get little Roblox figures. I have a problem. Phantom Forces Fart Attack. It's good. And they were $1. I couldn't not buy them. They got me. Oh, shit. We got a visitor.
Hi.
Are you wearing clothes? Oh, you are.
Yeah. Of course I am.
Well, not much.
What do you mean?
Hey, how's it going? This isn't live. Actually, I have the ability to cut you out of this. I mean my life. Get out.
Like your whole life?
I bought light up letters. You know, guess what it spells? Guess what?
Frat.
Frat. Yeah, I love frat things so much. Wow, I didn't know that those letters spelled so many different things. It also spells raft.
It also spells tarfed.
Tarfed. And if you take the R out, it just spells fat. Do you still have your Anime Expo badge?
Yeah, I do.
This is so annoying to keep on your keys. This is bigger. Brooklyn, this is bigger than... No, it's not. Oh, that's impressive. But it's almost as big as the rest of your keys. Get this shit the fuck off here.
Don't touch me.
And you have the biggest bottle opener I've ever seen in
It's
my...
a multi-tool. It does lots of things.
What is the multi-tool?
It has 2 different sizes of flathead screwdriver. This is for poking.
You know what else looks like a flathead screwdriver and you can also poke things with it? A fucking key, which you have. Brooklyn, listen, I like you. If you just said I liked Zelda,
I do.
it would have been fine. The fact that you tried to sell this as a multi-tool is hilarious.
Someone gave it to me.
I know, but the fact that it's just a bottle opener, because, okay, I don't know how many things you're flathead screwdriving all the time with this, but also the, to call that a tool, a little nubbin to poke, that's not even exposed. What, have you ever poked anything with this? Then it's not a poker. It's a particularly sharp edge.
I have used this to poke things, though.
And then what is this? 16 gig 2.0 flash drive? Brooklyn, we can do better. And you have so... What are all these keys for?
This is for my dad's house. No, this is for
For
my
your
dad's
dad's
house.
house. Okay. Do you live at your dad's
This
house?
is my house.
Yeah.
This is...
So you have your dad's key, which you don't need. Your house, which is the only one you need. And 2, you don't know what they are.
And then my mail key, which is over here.
Oh my god, Brooklyn. This is a disaster.
Taking my,
Take your big fucking keys elsewhere.
taking my bag full of sexy goodies away.
You did buy sexy goodies.
I did, yeah.
Would you like to say what any one of them are? One of them's very funny.
One of them's very what?
One of them's very funny.
Is it this one?
Yes, give me that. Brooklyn, what did you buy this for?
I'm gonna give you one guess.
Are you gonna hit me with this riding crop?
No, I think you're gonna hit me with that riding crop.
What? Brooklyn, that might hurt you.
Go ahead and give me a little.
No, this is not what the people pay
Give
for.
me a little spank.
No.
Just a little one.
Go. You know what? I'll just use this end and
No,
I'll
no.
corner pocket. That sounded like it hurt. Get out of here. Yeah, that's the sexy lady we're all looking for. Jesus Christ. I'll also say that
I'm not gonna spank you on camera.
the windows.
Oh, that's
I can get
bad.
spanked. That's fine.
Okay,
it's
okay.
funny.
You want a good one?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm evicted. All right. Hey guys. Sorry. We did the studio redesign, and I think the way it's designed, it's going to give us more room for activities, more versatility, and also have us be able to do more things that I think I've been at least creatively. Well, no, everyone's been at least has been creatively wanting to do, and we're really going to change some of the way that we pre-produce stuff. And again, thinking ahead, and I've said all this before last time, so I'm not going to talk your ear off again about it, but I'm really excited for the way that things are moving. And also, I just want to talk about Patreon for a little bit. If I sign in just at a cursory glance, like, we have been doing some GTV stuff. This is the 3rd State of the Garbage. So 3 weeks without hilariously dropping the ball is great. It's very exciting. And for the first time, we were able to get those numbers up and really fight against old people who forgot that they were Patreon people and were attack people and then signing in and being like, oh, I don't know what this is anymore. Bye. We were able to fight against that for the first time, and it feels awesome to see the numbers tick back up and working back towards where we were for an audience we know we have. And it's great. It feels great to make the content that people want to watch, and then people support it, and then we can further the show and continue to pay people. And this would be hilarious if in a month I look at everything and go, oh shit, I was wrong about everything. But right now it's all making sense, and that's really cool. And again, I want to shout it to the heavens. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it and buying into that promise and buying into believing that and buying into the company, really, and the show, and investing in it. And not only your money, but your time. And it feels good to, there's a wave at the beginning, and then you start to really see who's there for the ride. And then we saw, both in terms of Patreon people and Twitch numbers and subscribers and all that other stuff, it's like we saw who was there at the onset, and then when we landed on our feet and dust settled, And then to see that crawl back up organically, and we're doing something right, and reassuring all that stuff is really awesome. So thank you guys for that. It means the world to me, not only as a creative and someone who has a business, but also like a person who likes all you guys and wants to see this grow into a cool family of people that we can all just do dumb shit together with. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. It's great, and it's great to believe in this business model and creative model. So thank you for that. Even the people even if you just chat in Discord, it makes me feel like my goal of creating a space where people can hang out, and really what my goal for the attack was too, is like just create a space for people to feel like they are understood, and people who have the same interests and ideas and I guess comedic tastes, if you want to call them that, can hang out and fuck around with each other. The fact that I see that that's working even in the slightest is awesome. Because I've always kind of looked at why I do any of this, and why this idea for content and show and even the subject matter of gaming and tech and all that other stuff, all the stuff I like, is kind of based around what I liked when I first became the gangly little dork that I was. And it's like I gravitated towards places like G4 and Screw Attack and other communities like that. Even Something Awful, I was a very bad child. I have a mustache right now. It's because it was like a gathering place where I felt validated for the things that I liked, and the comedy and the game stuff I like. So just be able to put a flag in the ground for what we're doing here and be like, hey, if you're interested in what we're interested in, come and hang out here, and we can all have this little community together, is one of the reasons I wake up every day and work another job only to come home and do another one. It's because it's very important to me, and you guys are not only the reason I'm doing it, but the lifeblood of it. So thank you. Let's get into questions. What else do we have? We have only a couple this week because I did it late. But let's see what we have, ladies and gents. First of all, Strusseldorf said, if you ever have Jeremy back in the show, make sure his hand gets blown off again, as is tradition. Of course. If Jeremy's ever here, he will... Oh, fuck. That was one of the funniest things that's ever happened live. And I don't condone the joke. But when we had Jeremy's Magic Corner and he did a magic trick the whole time while his hand was clumsily rigged up to a giant air cannon. When he finished the magic trick and his hand blew off, and for no reason, it was not in rehearsal, it was not in the script, he just randomly looked at the camera and said, Allahu Akbar. I could not fucking believe it. Not only the joke, I mean, inherently, it was just funny because I didn't expect him to say it. Again, I don't think just randomly, I don't even think he thought it was a funny thing to say, but I just, looking at Kevin's face, just being like, why did you do that, was one of the most hilarious moments I've ever been a part of in any kind of production. It was so funny. And then right after that, we all went to the desert and did some real strange stuff. But literally that night. But it was, fuck. That was such a funny bit. Thank you, Strizzledorf, for reminding me of that. Breadware said, do you eventually want to develop Cyber Garbage into a standard produced show like The Attack was? Or do you think the sit-down discussion type show, like it is now, is where it should be? Back to let's get back into Alex's brain, because that's so important and interesting, of why I do the things that I do and why I'm doing this, really. The Attack was a TV show, and it was very satisfying to see that. And it was obvious, honestly, I so desperately wanted to make a TV show that I, from day one, that's what I was trying to make, from that closet to actually being on TV. And I the way that I acted toward that show, and the show that we made it into, was the reason it made it to TV, because from the beginning, I was like, it's got to be, I just want to try to make a TV show. And we did. And I'm not surprised. I'm very grateful that people enjoyed it on Twitch, and it meant a lot to me as well. And I thought the show was great, but it just wasn't made for the platform. And now I can step away having done that. And that's what I do during the day is I pitch TV shows. So I'm still currently doing that, but the fact that I can walk away from that and being Brooklyn's back, I can't switch. You take a dump, dude? You take a fat poop?
I'm gonna go do my laundry.
Okay, sorry.
God, just trying to be a normal person.
I know. That's what you get. You're subjected to me asking if you're pooping. But do you have to poop, though?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh, most of the time. Cool. Must mean that what she's going to the washer for. Take a dump. Now I can kind of look at this and be like, well, I don't have to make a TV show. I can make something that maybe the platform fits a little bit better. But at the same time, I still like the feeling of making something that's very produced and very thought about. And maybe it is something that is, I mean, ultimately, like even studio upgrades and stuff. I enjoy making things feel big. And I think the goal is now to make something that feels big, that is small. Like that is, wow, that's the buzziest buzzword sentence I've ever said. But like it really is like make something that feels like a little bit more intimate of an experience, but still make it look really good, still make it the best that it can be, and still do something that when people turn on their dials, on their Twitch boxes, they look at it and go, I have never seen that before. And that ultimately, so is the goal to make it something that it more resembles what the attack looked like? Yes. I mean, absolutely. Not exactly that, obviously, but which is a whole nother thing I've been dealing with, which is like not trying to make the same show. But do I want it to look really good? Yes. Do I want to have it in a studio where I can control everything and we have very nice gear and all that other stuff I don't know about? Yes, absolutely. Do I want a big team to work on it? Yes. Do I want to make the same show? No, I don't. I've come to terms with that, and I'm very happy with that idea. And but is it going to be similar? Yes, because that's the attack was all of our babies, and there's no getting away from that. But is it going to be different? Yeah. But is it going to be very similar? Yes. That's a good question, though. That's I don't think I've ever talked about that, but yeah. I want it to feel just as big. Do you guys have any plans, or have you thought about what would happen? Should you guys, this is Jid, sorry. Should you guys suddenly find yourself in a spot where you guys see insane growth in income? Sorry, that was just a natural reaction. I know the attack started in your closet, basically. Not my closet, Greg Grumberg's closet. You guys ended up in a studio and employed many people in just a couple of years. And I was wondering if you had thought about how you would respond to that kind of growth. Should you see it again? It's not very likely, Jid. Just knowing what I know now, I am both aware and totally okay with the idea that this is going to be... I don't have any... I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think this was going to work and be successful and be something really fun. But I just don't, in the current landscape, see the what we're trying to do blowing up. Because in the space that we're in, to blow up, you have to be controversial. And by that I mean an asshole or break the rules. Or, we break the rules all the time, but like in a way that's malicious or predatory of 12-year-olds, or a lot of shit that I don't want, or even just kind of like doing shit that I don't want to do, which is play fucking Fortnite for 10 hours a day. Like, I don't want to do the things that are proven to work and get exponential growth. I understand that the goal of doing something, the method of doing something different, in the hopes that a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, this is cool, what is this, and then join. It's a slow build. It is a build. I mean, stagnation, I don't expect that, nor would I ever want that, but I do know that like the growth will come and it's going to be linear and not exponential. And if it ever was exponential, we fucked up. So yeah, that's I don't see it happening. But have you thought about how you would respond to that kind of growth should you see it again? I mean, we're in a really good position to say hi to Jid, Brooklyn.
Hi, Jid.
He asked a question.
Oh.
It was a good question.
Was it now?
Yeah.
This live?
Yeah, that's not live.
Oh.
No.
I just moved your stuff to the dryer.
Oh shit! No. Well, you
I-
moved everything.
No.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Okay. I took out this shirt.
I know there's a lot of stuff in there.
I took out the one that has a collar that's got the geometric shape on it. I took out both of your Adidas pants and your black jeans.
Oh, there's some secret stuff in there you can't try.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll be done in a second. Then they won't be hurt by you being. You're good.
Okay.
It's fine.
Turn it off.
No. Don't turn it off. Thank you for putting it in there.
Okay. You're welcome.
I'm sorry. That's.
I'm just gonna hang the rest of these things on.
Yeah. I should just. Well, I should have just moved it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Now it's getting dried. So
But thank you for moving it.
your sheets.
Jid said, wondering about how you would respond to that kind of. Oh, we're in a good position. So, I'm never worried about that because I know a lot more about like what happens when you have people watch you and you have money. So, do you have a plan? No, but
No.
am I worried about it? No, because like if we ever had a lot of people, I would know where to find people who could help me manage all the stuff we would have to do. Producers and camera people and business manager. Like I can't afford them, but I know the people who I'd have to talk to. So, yeah, I mean, how would we respond? Well, I think we're ready for it. I don't see it happening, and that doesn't mean it's not possible. I'm always welcome to more people seeing it, but like, I don't see that kind of crazy overnight growth without us fucking up. So it's kind of I can't see that happening in a way that isn't we did something wrong, and then a lot of people are looking at us. But maybe one day the comedy stylings will just have torrents of people knocking down my door. Thank you for the question, Jid. James Lettuce, have you ever, if you could have anyone as a guest for the show, who would it be and why? If I could just clone myself. I need to get a padlock for my door to lock Brooklyn in because she's my perfect guest. Stop. I have to look like a curmudgeon for the internet. If you could have any guest on the show, who would it be?
Me.
No. Stop. For our show right now, because if someone was like, hey, would you want Weird Al on the show? I'd be like, I don't know if I'm ready for Weird Al. So,
Lil Yachty.
like right now, I think the fun way to answer this is who would I want right now? Who would be? Why?
Why would you not want Lil Yachty to be on the show?
That's it. First of all, that's a terrible guess. Second of all, your defense of it was just awful. You yelled Little Yachty and then had no reasoning for why he would be the perfect guest.
Because he's so weird.
What? Our show is mostly talking, and he can't do that.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
Great. That's the show for one. Who would be the perfect guest now? I feel like somebody who could talk really well. Oh man, that's tough. I don't know.
Maybe the whole cast would be my brother, and me.
Mabim Bam. Maybe I've been really enjoying my brother, and me. That would be a hoot. Those boys can sure talk.
Yeah, they're great at talking.
Maybe it's them. The McElroy brothers. Would be great. Who else would be good? I should know this.
Me.
Brooklyn. That's it. There we go. And, if you're just going with people who can't talk, why not like Ozzy Osbourne? He just makes fun sounds now. He's not even able to form words with consonants and vowels. He's just, Karen, it's like a bunch of, it's like a little Yachty sound.
It's like a mumble rap kind of
Yeah.
situation, yeah.
But, oh shit, Brooklyn.
What's this?
Do you hear that? What?
What was that?
Oh, a ghost. Those are like the trial batteries that were in the lights. I took them out. I'm just sitting in my own vintage. I hope someone edits this. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for that. Who would I want on the show now? ninja, and he would tell me how to go to fucking Moisty Meyer and use my rocket grenade launcher. Sorry, James Lettuce, I don't have a good answer for that. I don't know. And then like the people who I'm like the biggest fans of, I wouldn't want those people either because I don't feel like I'd be able to talk to them. Like if someone was like, yeah, I cracked into your goldfish, sorry. If I was like, hey, do you want Jack Black on the show? I wouldn't be able to handle myself. I would just shout Nacho Libre quotes at him. What? I would.
I just had a really strong visual of you just seeing Jack Black
In a flop sweat. Jack, could I get some signatures from you? The kids, they like you. They think you're the best.
But like that, except for with no skill and only excitement. So you're just, the kids, they like you.
The kids, they like you. Mamma mia, beefaroni. Endless breadsticks. Okay, well that's it. We've been doing this too long. This is already too long for people to watch. What? Yeah. I'm not gonna wear that. So yeah, there you go. That's it for the state of the garbage. Sorry for keeping you guys so long. Hopefully you guys had nothing important to do. Bye, Brooklyn. Get in that room. Get in that room, Brooklyn. Okay. Thank you guys again. I already broke it down all deep wise in the middle of the show. But again, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for believing in the weird shit that we're doing, and thank you guys for being along for the ride. That is whatever we're doing today. I mean, we're really gonna have to feel this. Shut up. We're gonna have to really Brooklyn sneezed. We're gonna have to feel out all the new changes in the show and the way, but that's what we've always been doing. So you guys are here for the ride, and I know we're not going to do anything crazy. It's going to be like, well, I can't stand for one of them standing now. They're all this is too weird. I'm out. But I'm excited for you guys to be along with the ride, and hopefully we'll get some new stuff spinning. We're very close to a new show. If you look at the Patreon, if you guys want to see whatever we have cooking. Tell your friends to patronize each other to get onto Patreon and subscribe. If you just came into a large sum of money, up your donations, but I never expect anyone to do that. But yeah, if you guys want to see the show, 5,000 boneronies, and we'll get to that. And I think we're finally set up to do it. So that's cool. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye. Now, Brooklyn, I usually walk off frame, but you're currently in the frame. So I have to walk past you?
Yeah, wait, I have an idea.
Okay. What am I supposed to do?
You just walk away.
Okay. Hey, thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. See you on the show today. Bye. And then I just... What do I...
Yeah, you just go wherever you're going. Yeah. I'm just looking around.
Okay. And I'm good to go in here?
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh,
nope. Okay.
This is my thing. Go away. You go away. You go away. Where's that huge dildo?